Watch how Pete Davidson surprised Maria Bakalova on Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. You'd have to be a superhero to catch every single thing that happens at Comic-Con 2022. The beloved San Diego convention, which officially returned in person this year, is jam-packed full of endless panels, parties, meet and greets, contests and more that will keep attendees on their toes throughout the 4-day event. And that's not even including taking a walk through the massive convention floor. If you were unable to attend the convention this year or simply didn't have enough time in between everything, don't worry. E! has got you covered with all of the latest information from Hall H and beyond. Take an inside look at all of the amazing celeb sightings and panels below. Entertainment Weekly's annual Comic-Con Bash. After a busy day at the convention, the party carried over to Entertainment Weekly's annual Comic-Con Bash. Paul Wesley, Emily Hampshire, Tom Sturridge, Alexa Chung, Aisha Tyler, Matt Smith, Karen Gillan, Jack Dylan Grazer, Asher Angel, Simu Liu and Jade Bender were just a few of the celebs in attendance. The July 23rd event was filled with surprises, including a mini Hunger Games reunion. Jack Quaid and Jacqueline Emerson appeared to be having a blast as they danced along to Beyoncé's Love on Top and a few other hits with their group of friends. And the greatest crossover of all time occurred when the casts of The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power and Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon could be seen hanging out together at the event. Marvel Panel. On July 23, Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige unveiled the development slate for the superhero franchise's upcoming Phase 4, Phase 5 and Phase 6, which have been named the Multiverse Saga. Among those releases includes Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 3, Season 2 of Loki, and 2 back-to-back Avengers films in 2025. Kevin was also joined on stage by the stars of Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania including Paul Rudd, who teased that his character is doing well following the event's Endgame. Scott is pretty pleased in himself and his role in saving the universe, he said. He's been kind of cooling out. Busy at work. Ish. With a little book. I don't know what else I am supposed to say. Guardians of the Galaxy star Chris Pratt became emotional on stage after watching the trailer for their third and final film installment. That's the first time we've seen that footage cut together. We were all kind of having a moment to ourselves back there, he shared. It's very beautiful, very moving. He also gave a preview of his character Star-Lord's mindset in the film. You find Peter Quill and he's obviously reeling from the events of Endgame and from having lost Gamora. This was the love of his life and she does not know who he is, Chris said. The pain of that is a big part of his journey. And Black Panther director Ryan Coogler shared there's lots to look forward to in the film's sequel Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, which hits theaters November 11. This film has a ton of action. It has humor. It's a roller coaster of a movie, he said. It goes to new places in Wakanda that we haven't seen before, but it also goes to new corners of the MCU. I am so excited that we'll get to share it with you all in November. The Sandman Panel. Talk about a dream team. Creator Neil Gaiman was joined by Tom Sturridge, Vivian Ikiampong, Boyd Holbrook, Gwendolyn Christie, Patton Oswalt and more to discuss the upcoming Netflix series on July 23. Neil shared that the comic book adaptation remains true to his original vision. I was making comics but now we actually have things that move around, he explained. How are we going to make people cry and laugh and be true to Sandman? We made this Sandman for you guys and I can't wait for you to show the Tom, who plays Dream, also hinted at what fans can expect from the series. Each episode is an entirely different story, he said. It was so thrilling to meet these extraordinary human beings. Dream goes on a journey and becomes someone who he isn't at the beginning and that change is incredible. Bodies 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 Comic-Con party on the IMD boat. Frankie Jonas, Amandla Stenberg, Maria Bakalova and Jacob Batalon were just a few of the stars who spent time partying on the #IMD boat this weekend. Frankie, who was spotted there with a female friend on July 22, told E! that it was his 13th time attending Comic-Con and that he was very excited to be Back, the youngest Jonas brother shared that he's been attending the convention since he was a little kid. He also tweeted, HASHSDCC is just like Coachella, except instead of asking you where Brockhampton is playing it's, have you seen the giant Vegeta? Amandla, who appears in the upcoming A24 film Bodies, wore a fitted leopard print dress, a sparkly choker and red lipstick. Co-star Maria, previously seen in Borat's subsequent movie film, opted for a mosaic mirrored cocktail dress and appeared cool and casual as she took in the party around her. House of the Dragon panel. The cast gave a sneak peek of HBO's upcoming Game of Thrones prequel. Joining them was franchise creator George R.R. Martin, who told the audience that it was pretty exciting to again see his characters come to life. He added, "Of course you're always nervous in the beginning because these books and characters are like my kids." During the panel, one fan drew smiles and laughter with an amusing question. Have they learned from the past and banned coffee cups from the set? A reference to a Starbucks cup accidentally left in one of the shots in one of the last episodes of Game of Thrones. No, cast member Matt Smith joked. They're everywhere. Black Adam panel. Name a better way to kick off a panel than to have Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson magically appear dressed in his full Black Adam costume. On July 23rd, the actor surprised attendees by utilizing his character's impressive lightning powers before telling Hall H that the DC universe will never be the same again. Alongside his co-stars Noah Centineo, Quintessa Swindell, Aldous Hodge and director John Collett Sarah, Dwayne talked about how the film is ushering in a new era of the DC universe and the involvement of the Justice Society. The actor then added, "I cannot wait for you guys to see the movie." Shazam! Fury of the Gods panel. It's a Shazamily reunion. Zachary Levi, Asher Angel, Jack Dylan Grazer and Lucy Liu are just some of the stars from Shazam! Fury of the Gods who attended the movie's panel presentation on July 23rd. When asked about his favorite part of playing the iconic superhero, Zach had a very heartwarming answer. "There's just so much heart and character," he explained. "Shazam really loves people, and wants to do good in the world." He also teased that fans will see the upcoming sequel's beloved cast of characters going through lots of growing pains as they're all figuring out our own. While they unfortunately couldn't attend the panel, Rachel Zegler and Helen Mirren got a chance to share their excitement for the film in a hilarious video message. Reflecting on her role, Helen jokingly told Zach, "I had such a marvelous time kicking the S.T. out of you." She also shared how much she loved working with Rachel and Lucy, adding, "You know we're really bonded and friends for life." Yay! The Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power panel. On July 22nd at Hall H, the Lord of the Rings of Power panel was hosted by none other than one of J.R.R. Tolkien's biggest fans, Stephen Colbert. The late show host, Wolfton discusses his love for the novels on the show, described the upcoming Amazon Prime Video series as a story of loss. Showrunners J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay, alongside executive producer Lindsay Weber, explained that the show is set in the Second Age, thousands of years before The Lord of the Rings takes place. As a result, Patrick shared, the show is about reintroducing this world and the return of evil. Throughout the panel, they were joined by a collection of the show's impressive cast including Robert Aramayo, Benjamin Walker, Owain Arthur, Ismael Cruz Cordova, Nazanin Boniadi, Tyro Muhafidin, Sarah Zwangobani, Markella Kavanaugh, Morpeth Clark, Cynthia Adai Robinson, Emma Horvath, Maxim Baldry and more. That includes Sophia Nomvit, who auditioned for the role of Disa, the first female dwarf depicted on screen in the Tolkien universe, while pregnant. "I auditioned for this role when I was 2 days away from giving birth," she explained, adding that she received the role when her daughter was 5 days old and that her costume had to be designed for easy nursing. Megan Richards, who plays Poppy Proudfellow, revealed that she was given the opportunity to sing on the show after one of the cast's karaoke nights. "We love karaoke," she explained. "We did a lot of it in New Zealand." Following a performance of The Little Shop of Horrors Suddenly, Seymour, she was asked by Patrick to sing on the series and began working on music with composer Bear McCreary. The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power Party. Before the official panel, Amazon hosted a private bash celebrating the new series, attended by the cast. The party had a Middle-earth theme, with goblets, metallic gold chargers, candles, floral centerpieces, handwritten name cards and faux yellow trees rooted in light green moss cascading throughout the restaurant. Guests were treated to a performance of some of the music by the show by a choir, accompanied by a violinist and conducted by composer Bear McCreary. The trailer for the series was then previewed. Teen Wolf. The movie panel. Calling all Teen Wolf fans, it's officially time to return to Beacon Hills. On July 21st, Teen Wolf, the movie stars Tyler Hoechlin and Tyler Posey sat down with show creator Jeff Davis to discuss the upcoming Paramount film and what it was like to return to the series almost 5 years after the iconic MTV show ended. Posey revealed that he's been wanting a Wolfpack reunion for quite a while. I've been an advocate for bringing Teen Wolf back ever since, even before it ended. I need this ST back immediately, he said. I am in the best place I've ever been in my entire life. It just feels serendipitous. The first day back on set was an emotional experience. So many of my best friends are from this show. Genuinely, to see everybody back on set at the trailers, calling Tembi the character name again was such a crazy trip down memory lane, Hoechlin explained. It was really special. Teen Wolf. The movie is set years after the events of the series. Instead, audiences will find the beloved cast at very different points in their adult lives, including Posey's character Scott McCall working as a veterinarian in Los Angeles instead of Beacon Hills. He is lonely, Posey shared. He's going through what all of us have gone through as adults. And yes, there will be a few surprises in store, including the bombshell that Scott McCall's believed to be dead girlfriend Allison Argent, Crystal Reed, is actually alive. Posey was especially excited about that, remarking, for Scott, King rocks his world. At the end of the panel, the cast was then joined on stage by Sarah Michelle Gellar, who revealed that she is filming Jeff's upcoming show Wolfpack. Dungeons. What do you get when you mix dungeons? On July 21st, the Dungeons. Chris, who had never played the game before, revealed that he was sold on the project after being sent a gift package by the directors full of Dungeons Dragons merchandise. It was an amazing thing to see my family light up that way, he said. Everybody got super stoked on it and really excited. However, Regé Jean needed no introduction. I've always been D. Played by Joseph Quinn. I know a little something about escapist fantasy. Multiple clips from the film were shown throughout the panel, including an action-packed sequence that featured the cast running through a maze while being chased by creatures. For writer-director Jonathan Goldstein, it was important that everything was in line with the lore of the series, adding, "We have a lot of your favorites, and some lesser-known monsters and creatures in the film. And, if they roll their dice just right," writer-director John Francis Daly shared that there might be even more villains to be seen in subsequent films in the